Hello YouTube, it's a new day. Finally got some stuff to talk about on RV Daydream. What you doing?
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So we have our first house showing coming up tomorrow. It's really nice. It's an app and it says, you have a house showing. Somebody wants to see it. Can they see it? They give you a time. You're like, yeah, sure. We weren't ready though. So anyways, that's what we're doing, cleaning. So I'll make this kind of quick. That's not likely, but we'll try. I told Heidi, I said, there's our new cooker for outside. It's been in the basement for, of course, many years. And I did hook it up when we first moved in and it worked. It was really cool. But Heidi and I had to dig through the trash to get these out. She's cleaning the freezer that we haven't cleaned, the downstairs freezer, the deep freeze that's been there since 1972 when Sears delivered it. And she says, why is this water coming out all over the floor? And I said, it's because you're putting water in the freezer. I said, it's coming out that drain. I said, let's go ahead and put the stopper back in there, and that way we don't lose it. And she goes, I started looking up on a shelf, and she goes, oh my God, I threw those away. She threw these in the trash can. We've got some storms coming through, but you can get an idea of some of the stuff that we're going through. Come on, look at this. This stuff is so old. Bissell carpet machine. This is when we first moved in. This was in the basement, and we sold it at our first yard sale. I think we got $350 out of this. It was very nice. It was in really good shape. Kool-Aid packs. I was going to make a bag. Anyways, we got lots of stuff. Hey, there she is. What are you doing?
I just put more stuff in the garage.
Oh, did you close the door? You been working hard?
Yeah.
She goes to work not tomorrow, but the next day. She's so excited. And look, she just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and knock her out for going back to work, and I think I like it. Our daughter's bike. We're going to have to call her up and ask her if she wants it, or if this is going to be Heidi's bike or what. You didn't mind this bike, did you?
Yeah, I bought it for her birthday.
I thought your grandma or your mom did.
I did. We did.
And do you like riding it?
Not especially like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, we'll have to get rid of this and get an electric one. Hey, there's some shears out there on the line.
Yeah, I need to do those.
Oh my, look at the fuel economy car over there. I need to tow with that thing. It's lifted. If I was going to get a Humvee, I'd get a real Humvee. I mean, it's the only way to go. Okay, let's go in the basement and show you what a disaster it is down here. We're making some headway, but not a lot. So, here's the rafts that we bought. Used one time at the quarry in Tennessee. We did a video on that. Go check it out. It was really cool. But anyways, here they sat. We used them one time. Garage sale signs. And this is the septic system thing that we got to re-plumb. And we've got estimates for people coming in to do all that. But yeah, we've had zero estimates. We had people come in. We're doing laundry, obviously. Our laundry basket for our laundry chute is overwhelmed. If you guys have a pop-up camper and you want to know, how do I carry my clothes in the pop-up camper? This is the way to go. Go to yard sales and find these old, hard Samsonite luggage. They keeps them watertight in the rain, all that stuff. I mean, of course, if it rains a lot, it would float until it got past a certain point, I'm sure. But these things are really nice. There's like 2 or 3 other suitcases in there. That works out great for pop-ups. I mean, you can throw it in the back of your truck, with your clothes in it. Then you can live out of it, basically. So this is the infamous crawl space back here. I don't know if this is going to come out on camera very well, but this is what happens whenever, so I was told, that her grandfather just didn't have enough money to do a full basement. So they told him that they would do a partial basement. And this is the way it's been since they put indoor plumbing in the house in 1963. So yeah, partial basement. And then he put these skids in here. So he had places to store things, which is kind of cool. There's some wood back there, but I was in the process of trying to clean all this out, which, like I said, storms are coming, so we're kind of at a standstill. And these, I really feel bad. This globe broke a long time ago. This was a really cool old lamp, and the globe was all glass. And anyways, it's real heavy. And this is an old coat rack that used to be upstairs, and somehow it made it down here. But yeah, it seems weird. Some of the stuff that upstairs. God, look at all this. Her clothes, she had them stacked. She keeps on finding clothes, and she had them stacked, and they all fell. Told her, said, I ain't cleaning up. Oh, there's my underwear. Don't look. Yeah, we're going to leave a lot of stuff when we go. Of course, the high efficiency washer and dryer, we're of course going to stay. The shower has to come out because it drains into the sump pump. It's not allowed to. Now, there's a way around that where we can put and block off the drain and get rid of the lines, and then the new owners, if they want, they can rehook it up, but we've got to show that it's blocked off. The dehumidifier is going to stay, of course, all the normal appliances, but this deep freeze that I have these parts for, this is it in here. This is where the water was coming out. You see, this basement gets wet occasionally. We have to run a fan in here. But yeah, 1972 Sears, and this thing is a beast. Still got the key for it right here. It does a great job. And what do you guys think? I want you guys to put a comment down below, and we'll talk a little bit more, and then I'll tell you the answer. But what do you think it cost to run this big 17.2 cubic feet? What do you think it costs to run this old compressor for an entire year? So everybody put their guesses in there, and we'll come back. This used to be the coal room. This is where they would send the coal down. You can see kind of the door there, kind of outlined. Oh, Heidi's going to get rid of this too, the lodge. I forgot all about that. But anyways, that's where the coal used to come in. This would be full of coal, and then there was a big coal furnace that was down here. So anyways, like I said, keep on guessing how much it cost for that. Oh, you're putting the shears back up?
Yeah, can you pull those that
No,
way?
I can't.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
filming. Is that good?
Well, here's the. So let's a little bit further.
Is that good? Is that good? Is that perfect? What'd you say? I just did it perfect?
Whatever.
You said that it got done so well you can't believe it. So the house is... My office looks really bad. Yeah. I have a brand new regulator for a Champion generator in that box. How about that? I also have a control module that works. But yeah, I got to get this straightened out in here. There's too much gear. And all this is not going in the RV. I'll tell you that right now. I guarantee it. Starting to get rid of furniture. Of course, the refrigerator stays. The dishwasher stays. The stove stays. The microwave stays. The water dispenser stays. Even though our water's fine. I mean, I could drink my water right now. It's not bad. We have a 5-stage reverse osmosis, and that's really good. However, we're picky, and Heidi likes nice, cool water without ice, and she likes the drinking water. I like ice, so we have an ice maker in there we use. Again, the house is still a disaster. Here's this old chair that it was a grandmother's. It was here at the house. We paid like $350 to get that recovered because Heidi loves that chair so much. And we had to find somebody that had 1960s or 50s fabric to recover it in. So that's why it was so expensive. But it seems odd because, and even the more and more stuff we get rid of, it just keeps on seeming more and more odd because we've never seen this house empty before. When we moved in, there was a bunch of stuff that was her grandmother's or grandparents, and yeah, it seems odd that we're just keep on getting rid of stuff, and then our bedroom is a disaster. So that's what we're dealing with. Again, we're showing tomorrow. I think there was supposed to be another one scheduled on Saturday that shows up on the app, but looks like they canceled on their own or something. I don't know. We never even got a notification of it, so. It's hard telling. All right, back to work. I forgot to tell you. I got out here and I thought about that freezer. So that big behemoth, and this is one of the things that people say, and I talked about it on videos before, but not on this channel. Oh, I'm going to go out and get a new one. You know, I'm going to get a new freezer. Well, I'm going to tell you, the new freezers aren't made even close to those old freezers. I mean, they're really a big difference. You could pick up the lids and they just twist in your hands and stuff like that. So the fact that the argument comes up then, oh, but the new ones are so much more efficient. They are more efficient. They're definitely more efficient. But at what cost? You know, replacing compressors, having, you know, poor insulation, having parts that break easily. You know, they're kind of disposable now. Where those old ones, they're like tanks. We did have to replace a thermo switch on there one time. I think it was $30, and I installed that, and that was it. Other than that, nothing. No work has ever been done on that since 1972. It was untouched whenever I pulled it apart. So the downfall, well, they use more energy. So how much do you think it costs to run that big old behemoth tank for a year? You already have your guesses in. $66. That's it. Just $66. That's well worth it. I'm just going out for the new installment of RV Daydream, What You're Doing. And I realized I got the same clothes on I had the other day. I don't know. It's because I have limited work clothes. I've got a bunch of rags now out in the garage. Oh, I forgot the trash cans out there. I am tired. I'm achy. My head hurts. My neck hurts. My back hurts. I think a lot of that has to do with the work that we were doing, which we're doing a review video on, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me go get the trash can and bring in the mail. And man, is today beautiful, just like yesterday. Hopefully you've already seen this on a video, maybe. I don't know. I don't know when the review will be done, but check this out. I posted some pictures on Facebook and on Instagram, and yeah, we cut off the bumper, which there's nothing wrong with that. Somebody can weld that on, you know, their RV. So I got that on Craigslist. I'm sorry, Facebook Marketplace. But this thing's a beast, man. Look at this thing. 600 pounds. This thing will hold 600 pounds. All I know is this thing's a monster. And man, the stinky slinky. It's got plenty of room in there. look at all this room it has. I think that's funny. It just sits in there. The other one was a little bit tight, but yeah, so that's what's going on there. Again, we'll have a review going on with that a little bit further along. I've got some more stuff to do. Yeah, hey, what's happening, turkey? Heard me talking, huh? Two turkeys talking. One holding the camera, the other one in front of the camera. I need to get to work on this. This is the generator box. I've talked about it a little bit on a couple videos. I'll have to do a complete overview on this at some point. One of the viewers, let me look up his name because he deserves credit on this. Username RIP1202, RIP1202, RIP 1202. I had showed this generator box and talked about it in the last little update when we were talking about the Realtor, and he said something about E-Rigging, a company called E-Rigging that had these stainless polish. They're polished stainless. That's why they're white. They have a protective coating on them, but they're stainless. They're really good quality, and of course they're louvered. You know, I always read all of our comments for the most part, and as soon as I seen them, I'm like, oh, cool. So I did buy them. Even though the company that makes this bumper has a whole bunch of accessories, for example, this high-low hitch. This thing is really cool. It can mount on top of the bumper, it can mount underneath the bumper, and it's assembled with so little parts. It's just engineered really cool. Well, anyways, they make a whole bunch of stuff that goes to this bumper. And I could get a spare tire carrier. Well, I took the spare tire carrier off, and this is the spare tire carrier I'm going to install underneath. I got to get underneath the RV, and I got to find a place. And it just lowers and raises like a, like this one, like this truck has. So lots of projects, lots of mess. We are getting rid of stuff. Heidi's been selling all kinds of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but I haven't even addressed any of my stuff yet. I think we might. Oh, you want to see a good score? Check this out. You guys remember whenever we, as we walked in the dark, I did a review on this some time ago. The Blue Boy. This is a 36-gallon Blue Boy, and I wanted the 42-gallon really, really bad. But this thing did an exceptional job. Now, I've only done gray water. Nothing but gray water's ever been in this one. But it does an exceptional job. It has pneumatic tires. It's 32 gallons. And the thing is it's low. It sits low. That's the difference between the 32-gallon and the 42-gallon tank, is that it, is shorter. Other than that, the dimensions are all the same. And we used it down in Tennessee. We've used it at quite a few parks. First Landing. And again, it does a really good job. The fact that it has the pneumatic tires, it makes it easier to go over terrain, and it's not vibrating itself to death or anything. It rides kind of like a kid's wagon does. And of course, you can put it on your ball hitch in the back and go to town. Of course, you can't get up to highway speed, even though people do that. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but this one at least has bearings in it to help out, but some people do that with those plastic wheels. It just cracks me up. But I've always been thinking about maybe getting the 42-gallon tank instead, because now we have a taller RV, and 42 gallons, it would be awful nice, because our gray tank's 45, our black tank, which I could potentially use for dumping the tanks, that one's 45. So if you have 32 and your gray tank's getting kind of full, you can't just pull the lever and all of it make it in there. So I was kind of looking at a 42-gallon tank, but the 42-gallon tanks like this, they're expensive. They're over $300. And actually, I think they've lowered their price. I think they're in the $270 range now. But whenever I got this one, it was $300. Again, perfect, not a problem. I just wanted bigger. And I couldn't with our old RV because it was just too short. Here's the 42-gallon tank. You can see how tall it is. Here's the deal. Some guy had this on Facebook Marketplace, and what happened was his father-in-law had a vending cart, like elephant ears or Italian sausage or gyros or whatever at for fairs. And he used this for gray water for his, for his sink and stuff that he was cleaning whenever he was at these fairs doing that stuff. So no black ever has been in here, just gray. And he posted this on Facebook Marketplace, and as soon as I seen it, I could tell because of the distance between the tires and the top that this was the 42-gallon one. And I immediately jumped on that. Now, like I said, these things are like a couple of $100 now, $250, $275. And even this one, it's still about $250, $275. He had it on Facebook Marketplace for $50. I couldn't even get, I got there so fast. I mean, they say, oh, you're the first person that asked about this. And they said, it's only been up there for an hour. It's like, yeah, no kidding. I mean, this is what we wanted. So this works out really well for us. It's a little bit bigger and a little bit more to put in the back of the truck, but it's not like it's that much bigger than that one. I mean, it's just taller by 10 gallons. So I'm going to have to sell this one. The other thing we're going to get rid of is the spare tire carrier and this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. Right now we have it on Facebook Marketplace for the bumper mount spare tire holder. We got all the studs and everything to mount your tire on there. But this cover, I mean, it's a really nice hard cover. I don't know if I'm going to be able to utilize that with this. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense because the tire's underneath. So, check it out. Avenger. Somebody going camping. And look at that. They actually have weight distribution bars, even though they are set up incorrectly. Weight distribution bars should be pointed slightly down or parallel with the ground and the camper frame. They should not be pointed up. They're limited. Oh well. Somebody didn't teach them. So getting back to what was going on. Pirate Land. It's still a go. if I'm going to interact and potentially get it, I would like to be doing something that I enjoy. And this whole get-together at Pirate Land, I mean, it might be slightly irresponsible to some extent. People are going to look at it differently. We're not going to be on top of each other. Heidi will have a box of masks there. Feel free to wear a mask when you're there. I don't have a problem with that. We'll most likely be wearing masks. It all depends on how people feel. If somebody's uncomfortable and they say, hey, I don't want to sit in this area with you without you wearing a mask, I'll put a mask on. Or, you know, I'll go to a distance that you feel comfortable. You know, we're going to practice safe distancing. We're not going to all jump in the same, you know, sit all at the same picnic table and, you know, inflate a kiddie pool and fill it with water and all sit in it on top of each other and, you know, put our chairs on top of each other. We'll stay away from each other to some extent and, you know, just hope for the best. I mean, that's all you can really do. I don't want to stop living entirely because, you know, it's preserving my life potentially. But what kind of life do you lead if you're living in a bubble, you know? And we're taking as many precautions as we feel necessary. All that is just common sense. So Pirate Land is on, is basically what I want to say. Hopefully it's a good time for everybody. We've got to get together some giveaway stuff. I don't know exactly. Heidi's got some stuff planned. I don't know what she's planning on doing, but anyways, that's kind of the update for Pirate Land. I got the spare tire on there, and you know, it appears to look a little low. It does look low, but I don't know if it's low to a point that I need to be concerned with. I don't know. You know, I could always take the brackets off and it could go up that much higher. Yeah, why don't I do that? Holy cow, talk about re-engineering this thing. I took a couple pieces of angle iron that I removed the angle. I just made it straight flat iron. And I've screwed around with this thing for hours, literally hours, just trying to find the best way to secure it. I mean, I had a ratchet strap out here. I had a big piece of wood. I had another small piece of wood. I had a small piece of metal. I was doing all kinds of crazy stuff trying to get this thing to secure up tight. And the reason I did this was the brackets that they give you, it just put it too far away. It put it too far down for my liking. You know, if you look over here, I mean, hell, you can see the plumbing and how far down it is over there. And the ground gear, you know, on the back, the levelers, that's pretty low too. But, you know, this was low. Not as low as the septic, but it was low nonetheless. Yeah, I wasn't feeling good about it. So that's why I made my own flat irons, flat pieces here. And then I went ahead and I secured a couple of pieces of wood up here on a cross brace on the frame that is holding the coroplast. So it just felt weird. Anyways, it's firm now. I mean, I can still get it to bounce, but I mean, it don't want to. It's really solid. This is the most solid combination that I could come up with. So Heidi's calling. She's getting off work. Yeah, this has been a while working on this, and I'm finally happy with the result. Let's see what Heidi wants. Okay, so I talked with Heidi, and she said she'll come home and take a look at it and tell me what she thinks. I told her what I think, and you guys can guess what it is that I think. Well, it's the next day. Yeah, I put the ratchet strap away, and then Heidi came home, and she gave her word, and she said, don't think so. So there it is. It's boxed up. I thought it would be okay, but I told her flat out, I said, hey, if this looks too hokey for you, you don't want to do it, I understand entirely, I'll take it off. And she said, I would rather have it on the bumper. And I said, well, I'm not going to put it on the bumper. I said, I'll put it in the back of the truck like we had with the old RV. That's where that thing sat for a long time. So, no spare tire underneath the RV after all that work. I'm not going to let this water run in the truck, so I'm going to wipe that off. So I got to work on the generator box and that gas tank box. I still need to check those power cords. Yeah, I forgot about that. I got a lot of work to do. I don't know how much I'm going to get done today. Heidi's at work, but somebody called off already. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means she's closing or what, but oh well. She wants to keep on working there. Just for a short time though. All right, so they're all done. And you can see here where I cut the original hole for those other vents. So now I've got to get these vents up here, get them centered, drill some holes, and start punching rivets in. Well, one's done. I'm going to get Heidi out here to peel away all this little plastic. That looks like a job for her, huh? I never thought about that plastic being so difficult to get off from the behind the rivets. I think she would have a joyous time doing that, don't you? But it looks nice, don't it? This is not chrome. This is polished stainless. They're expensive. The vents are expensive. They're like $20 a piece. So I figured that if the box I saved a ton of money on. But anyways, the links will be in the description for all this stuff as the rain starts to fall. I think I got to put everything away here because I don't think the rain's going to stop for quite some time. But yeah, it looks good, huh? All right, let me move it. What are you doing, Heidi?
What am I doing? Straightening up.
We straighten it up because we have another showing in about
6 hours.
6 hours. So we got plenty of time. And Heidi don't like when I help, so I got to go finish. Yeah, after that rain yesterday, I, of course, didn't come back out and finish up that box. It's very humid today, but it's very warm. It's very nice. And we have like 7 days of 84 to 87 degrees here in a row, which is rare, but I love it. So back to the generator box. I got to mount the rest of those vents, but I thought I'd check in and let you guys know that the good news is we have another showing of the house every time that happens, so we got to get everything kind of straightened up, of course, except for the garage. So this is where we left off yesterday. Let's get back at it. So I gave Heidi the choice. I said, hey, listen, you can either wait until this urethane is dry and then try to clean everything up, or you can wipe it off when it's wet and try to clean it up that way. And she said she wants to wait until it's dry. This was just here for gauge. But you can see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, I was really upset. I'm like, what? After I mounted the first one, oh, I wanted polished stainless. Oh, they sent me the wrong one. I'm calling them right now. I'm leaving them a message. And halfway through my message, I was like, oh, my bad. My mistake. There's 2 layers of protection on there, not just one. But it's going to look good. This one I got a little crooked. I just noticed it a little bit earlier. Look at on this piece of diamond plate or whatever, on this diamond. It's just under half, and then by the time you get here, it's barely on there. Oh, well. Nobody sees that side. That's going to be the side that kind of is in. Wish us luck. Hopefully, out of all these showings that we've had, one of them's going to want to make a deal. We still have a lot of stuff to do, though. 2 plumbers came, did all their measurements, told us exactly what they wanted to do and how they would solve our problem, and said they'd give us an estimate. And this Tuesday will be 2 weeks since I first, well, it's actually 3 weeks since I first contacted them, and definitely 2 weeks, and we haven't got an estimate from them. So I'm not begging people to come and take my money. You know, screw them. I can do this work myself. There's no zoning out here. There's no, you know, rules or regulations on how I get this stuff done. As long as it gets done, that's it. They're not coming in to inspect, you know, if the house is up to code, because there is no code really to speak of out here. So, and there's no permits needed or anything like that. All right. I'm closing this out. This has been a long video. All right, guys, as always, we hope to see you out there. Bye.